my life connection with Christ. As a young girl, I was not raised in a home where we went to church. We were not a church-going family. But at the age of 16, I lost my mom. And at that time in my life, I had a lot of unanswered questions regarding death, regarding religion, that I really had no one that I felt that I could go to get answers. Well, at the age of 17, I started dating a young man by the name of Michael Hampton. And he was a Church of Christ member. We later got married, moved away. But then my life started to fall apart. Not only did my life start to fall apart, but my marriage started to fall apart. And at that time, I started attending a church because I felt that's what I needed at the time. And was attending a church for about 2 years and was very active in this church. And it was a denominational church, but wasn't being spiritually fed. And I placed that blame on no one but myself because I allowed other distractions, other activities in the church get the best of me. Well, life dealt me some bad cards, and my husband and I had to move in with his parents. And at that time, we moved in with his parents, which was John and Ernestine Hampton. And she started inviting me to her small groups and to go to church with her. I declined going to church with her because I was already a member of another church. She always invited me to her small groups studies, which was on Mondays, which was the Wonderful Women of Wisdom. And I always, again, would decline. Would help her prepare for the meetings, but was never involved. One particular Monday, I sat in the kitchen while she and her group met and studied in her home. And I just sat back and observed and listened how she conducted the meeting. And the way they conducted their meeting, it was so inviting. The way the meeting flowed, they allowed each member to express or to share their trials, their tribulations. They went to the Bible with Bible questions and Bible answers, and I thought it was just great the way the meeting flowed. After this particular meeting, I asked her if I could join the meeting the following week. I did, and I started studying with them for approximately 6 months. After a 6-month time frame, I decided that the church that I was currently attending was not the church for me. I gave up my membership at this church, and at that time I joined the Reseda Church of Christ. Became a very active member in the church. In fact, my husband, who was a member but not an active member, rededicated his life back to church, which was a great accomplishment for me. Because shortly after that, I lost my husband. God saw fit to call him home. And it made nothing but my mother-in-law and I's relationship much stronger. She had lost her husband, I had lost mine, and basically all we had was each other. And now we get up every Sunday morning, we come to church, we worship, we study, and it's only by the grace of God that I'm here to be able to tell my story about how God has placed such an important factor in my life. Because I know without God, I don't know where I would be. And the Reseda Church family, they've helped me through so many things. But the best thing that I've ever could have done was to follow my mother-in-law, Ernestine Hampton, to Christ.